The air in the room is still, almost heavy. A clock ticks somewhere, a soft rhythmic pulse. Then a whisper. Another. 17 times a day, every day, across every time zone, a quiet, ancient prayer begins. You see a father, head bowed, his lips barely moving, a familiar solace on his face. Beside him, his daughter, perhaps 6 years old, mimics his form, small hands lifted, eyes wide with childhood wonder. This isn't just routine. This is the very first message God sent down to the Prophet Muhammad, delivered to a trembling heart inside a desolate cave. He felt the weight of creation, the immense power of guidance, condensed into those 7 lines. All praise belongs to God, he said, his voice hushed, the words a balm. He taught these verses, these perfect words, to his companions. They taught their children. Now billions repeat them, each word a beacon, cutting through the noise, each sentence a declaration of absolute trust. They unlock the entire holy book, a map for life. But what profound, world-altering wisdom is packed into these specific 7 lines that Muslims utter more often than any others? What if understanding them fully could fundamentally change everything about your purpose, your path, your connection to the divine? What if the secret to finding ultimate peace and clarity is hidden right here, within a prayer you might already know? In the scorching desert heat of 7th century Arabia, a man named Muhammad often sought refuge in a cave high on Mount Hira, just outside Mecca. The air inside was cool, still, a stark contrast to the dust and clamor of the bustling trading city below. He was troubled by the injustices he saw, the worship of countless idols around the sacred Kaaba, the rampant greed, the neglect of the poor. He yearned for something deeper, a true connection to the unseen power that held the universe together. As the moon rose, casting long shadows across the rugged mountains, he would sit, contemplating, searching for a path that felt both ancient and new. This quiet quest, this profound seeking, was about to be answered in a way no one could have predicted. Soon after, during those profound early Meccan years, a light began to pierce the darkness. Divine messages started to descend upon Prophet Muhammad, revelations that would reshape the world. Among these early verses came a short, powerful prayer, unlike any other. It wasn't a lengthy sermon or a complex law, it was a concise, direct conversation with the divine, designed to be humanity's ultimate plea for guidance and connection. This was Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening, revealed to Prophet Muhammad as a gift, a compact spiritual compass for all mankind. It arrived not with thunder, but with clarity, offering a promise of light in a world adrift. In the hush of an early morning, or perhaps under the fierce midday sun, Prophet Muhammad received the very first lines of this sacred prayer. It begins with Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Imagine the weight of those words, spoken for the first time. They set an immediate tone of boundless compassion and infinite kindness, enveloping the supplicant in divine blessing from the outset. This wasn't a demanding God, but one whose very essence was mercy, an attribute woven into the fabric of creation itself. The next verses expanded this understanding, praising Allah as the Lord of all worlds, the source and sustainer of everything, from the smallest grain of sand to the furthest star. He is again affirmed as the most gracious, the most merciful, then declared as the master of the day of judgment, a reminder of ultimate accountability, yet still framed by his boundless compassion. It's a profound introduction, establishing absolute power balanced by overwhelming love. With these foundational truths established, the prayer then shifts, creating a direct, personal link. It articulates humanity's central pledge: you alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. This isn't just words, it's a total commitment, a singular devotion. It strips away all intermediaries, all distractions, all false idols. It acknowledges utter dependence on the Creator for every breath, every moment, every need. This stark simplicity, this exclusive devotion, asks believers to surrender completely, recognizing that true power, true solace, and true assistance come from nowhere else. It's a statement that redefined worship. As the first communities formed around the Prophet Muhammad, the practical application of this surah became clear. The next pivotal verses articulated humanity's deepest need: guide us to the straight path. This wasn't a request for wealth or power, but for direction, a longing for clarity in a world often shrouded in doubt and confusion. This path is then immediately defined, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed favor, not of those who have evoked wrath or gone astray. It offers a sharp contrast, a clear choice. It's a prayer to walk in the footsteps of the righteous, to learn from their wisdom, and to avoid the pitfalls of rebellion or heedlessness. It's a constant self-correction, a lifelong pursuit of aligning one's steps with divine will. Years later, as the message solidified and daily practices were established, Allah commanded Muslims to recite Surah Al-Fatiha in every single unit of their daily prayers, or rak'ah. This wasn't an option, it was an indispensable pillar. 5 times a day, 17 times over, Muslims across the world repeat these verses, renewing their pledge, reaffirming their dependence, and seeking guidance. Through time, this short prayer became known as the mother of the book, Al-Kitab, the spiritual heart of the Quran itself. It's a living, breathing connection, a direct line to Allah, continuously recited, continuously understood anew, forever grounding believers in the essence of their faith. From the first whispered words of its revelation, Surah Al-Fatiha wasn't just a prayer. It was a blueprint, a master key. It set the tone for an entire faith, offering immediate guidance, profound hope, and a direct, unmediated line to the divine. For centuries, across continents, cultures, and countless generations, its verses have resonated deeply. They've echoed in grand mosques, in humble homes, and within the quiet chambers of individual hearts. It has been the solace of the grieving, the unfailing strength of the striving, and the timeless wisdom sought by seekers from all walks of life. Empires rose and fell, incredible technologies advanced, and societies transformed in ways unimaginable. But the core essence of this opening chapter remained untouched. It survived persecutions, migrations, philosophical shifts, and the ebb and flow of human history. Each repetition, 17 times a day, isn't just a ritual. It grounds a Muslim in their spiritual purpose, a constant, gentle reminder of God's boundless mercy and ultimate justice. It teaches humility before the Creator, a deep dependence on His will, and the constant yearning need for divine guidance in every aspect of life. It binds a global community, offering a shared language of worship that transcends all earthly borders and languages. It is often the very first lesson taught to children and the final comforting words offered to the dying. In a world constantly shifting, Al-Fatiha stands as an unwavering fixed point, an anchor in the storm of life. This foundational prayer continues to guide billions daily, shaping their spiritual journey and serving as the bedrock of Islamic worship. What was lost to time's relentless march often found its enduring mirror or its very foundation in these resilient and sacred lines. If exploring the profound depth of Surah Al-Fatiha resonated with you, please consider tapping the like button. It's a small action that helps YouTube understand this content is valuable, pushing it out to more hearts and minds who might also find comfort and understanding in its timeless message. Subscribe if you want to join us as we uncover more incredible stories and insights from the rich tapestry of Islamic heritage, with new chapters released regularly.